Hey everyone, my name is Brett Mooney and welcome back to Mooney Talks Money. Today I'm going to be focusing on building portfolios tax efficiently using a term called asset location. I believe this can apply to the first-time investor or an inexperienced investor just as much as it can apply to a high net worth individual or a very experienced investor. And not to be confused with asset allocation, which is how you determine what to invest in. Asset location helps you determine where to invest it at or what type of an account to invest in. And typically this is used purely as a tax tool. And here's how. I wanted to share my screen with you. Ultimately, the strategy is defined as you want to have your most tax efficient accounts or tax efficient investments. You can really allocate those across any type of investment account. But typically you want your most efficient investments to be in your taxable investments or your non-retirement accounts. And the reason for that is because you generate a 1099 every year, right? So you have to pay taxes on that money on an annual basis, right? So typically you want to have your most tax efficient assets in those accounts that you're going to have to realize a tax liability year over year. Right. And on the other end, right, your least tax efficient accounts or the investments that have a lot of tax implications, we want to do those in the tax deferred or the tax free accounts. Right. And what types of accounts are those? Well, that's your 401k at work. That's your IRAs or your traditional IRAs. And then the tax-free side is Roth IRAs, right? So you want to be in your less efficient portfolios in those tax deferred or those tax-free accounts, right? Because we don't have to pay taxes on those until retirement, right? For an IRA, you don't have to pay taxes until you take the money out. And for a Roth, you don't have to pay taxes on the growth nor the withdrawal when you go to take it out. Right. So we can be less efficient on the tax side of things in the retirement accounts and in those Roth IRAs than we should be in those non-qualified accounts or maybe the emergency cash reserves or the rainy day funds that you might have. So next time you take a look at your portfolio, consider the tax implications and what accounts you want to utilize certain investments in. Right. Ultimately, right, if you have a breakdown of accounts, right, you might have a retirement account at work, a Roth IRA, and a brokerage account or a non-qualified account. Right. Typically, you want to be the most aggressive in that Roth IRA. You can be pretty aggressive in those retirement accounts because you got a long time horizon typically. And then that non-qualified account or that liquid kind of emergency cash reserve account, you want to be more efficient with those investments. And typically, a lot of times you see clients being a little bit more conservative in those accounts as well, just because typically those conservative investments ultimately have some tax efficiencies in them as well. Thanks for tuning in and feel free to leave a comment below for future topics.